Now that Trump has declared this national emergency, a lot of people are asking what happens next. Can anything be done to stop this? If so, what is it? How can this play out? And I want to go over some of the framework here of what normally happens in this process. Now, the big question, can Congress stop Trump from declaring an emergency? Now, the short answer is maybe so, but they would need the support of enough Senate Republicans to give them what is called a supermajority inside of both of the chambers. So this supermajority is key. It itself is the key that can override all of this. But to get there, a lot has to happen. Can they pick up a handful of Republicans along the way? Probably. But are they going to get the supermajority that they need to completely override it? Most say they don't think so. But let's take a look here. And once again, the question being, can Congress stop Trump from declaring this emergency? No. Congress does not have the power to stop the president from declaring a national emergency. But when lawmakers granted the president with these emergency powers in the first place, they built a check into this law. Now, under the National Emergencies Act, the House and the Senate can take up what is called a joint resolution of termination to end this emergency status if they believe that the president is acting irresponsibly or if the threat has dissipated. They're saying that Representative Castro, a Democrat out of Texas and the head of the Congressional Hispanic Caucus, said late Thursday that he was ready to introduce a resolution if Trump followed through, which he did. So now we can expect him to introduce a resolution. That's one thing you can expect from here for sure. So now you have two chambers, the House and the Senate, and it says that if one chamber passes such a resolution, that the other must bring it up for a vote within 18 days. Now, they would only need a handful of Republicans to join them to pass a resolution right there and send it to Trump's desk, which then he would either sign or veto. So they're saying it's easy to imagine half a dozen or more Republicans joining the Democrats out of concern for what's going on here, but it won't be a super majority. See, that's the key thing that this keeps coming back to, and you got to remember this for future purposes. When it comes to situations like this, super majorities are the one thing that would counter this and override it altogether, but that's a supermajority in both chambers, which a lot of the people around him would have to be going the other way. Now, what would Trump do next if that happened? Well, he can veto a joint congressional resolution terminating this national emergency as long as it is not passed with the supermajorities in both the House and the Senate. So once again, it comes back to he can veto this as long as there's no supermajority. So from there's a lot of other ways that this can play out. But really, it hinges on that, and I wanted to make that clear. The supermajority here on who's going to go which way. Now, of course, you've got senators out there like Rand Paul, Republican of Kentucky, who is an ally of Trump on many other issues. But he says that this national emergency declaration isn't what needs to be happening. He says it's better to be resolved through the legislative process, not through this emergency declaration. That's his view on this. So if you can see him taking that stance there, would he too vote? You see, there's a lot of things that go into motion here on how they're all viewing this. But I'm going to break this down even further tonight. Underground World News Live, Dabu77 right here, 8 p.m. Eastern, and every Friday night. Going to break this down along with a lot of other headlines. So make sure to join us and follow me on Twitter as well. And for those that want to join us at the Knowledge Conference, the first ever in the Cincinnati area, March 30th, hit me up, Dabu7yahoo.com. Not many tickets left. Can't wait for this event. Look forward to seeing some of you guys there. Peace.